Hey guys, I got this idea. Well, our plan for the first 702 miles leading into Kennedy Meadows is to go stoveless. And we've been trying to find different options, different things that are going to work for us as far as some meals and try to think of some different menus that we can put together, both from the standpoint of grabbing things from a convenience store, and then also when we go into like a supermarket, things that we can just quick grab off the shelf and we're not like completely overwhelmed when we go in there with all these food choices and we have no idea where to start. So one of the things we've been playing with is breakfast. And this would be a breakfast that we would be able to put together pretty quickly, and it's going to provide us the nutritional value that I think that we're going to want, the caloric intake that we're going to want. So it would work either for a second breakfast, or it would work for something straight out of bed first thing in the morning while we're hiking. But this would be something that we would probably need to put together once we got to a town and found a supermarket. But it basically consists of 5 items, and I'm going to go ahead and break those down for you now. Okay, there's 5 items that we kind of have assembled for this breakfast concoction. And firstly, we're starting off with walnuts. Primarily, you can utilize any type of nut, but walnuts are bang for the buck. They're pretty inexpensive, and they pack a pretty good amount of fat along with the calories. So a 1/4 cup of chopped walnuts is going to give you 200 calories, and that's what we've been putting into this mix, is a 1/4 cup. And also it gives you a pretty good amount of fat. You can use any instant dried powdered milk that you like. Nothing specifically special about that. It just, it's better than drinking this with water. It just kind of thickens it up a little bit. And then it also gives you 80 calories based on the amount that we've been putting in, which is another 1/4 cup. Carnation instant breakfast, and we're utilizing that just because it does provide a pretty healthy dose of protein along with other essential minerals and some micros that it's been fortified with. So we've been utilizing a package of this. It's 130 calories, and then just instant oatmeal. 1 packet is 100 calories. Now we could boost this entire mix by another 100 calories if you wanted to add that or double it. And then also with these packaged things, we may get to a supermarket and have to wind up buying this stuff bulk. And I guess the beauty of having done this so many times in the house thus far, we get a pretty good idea of how much we're going to need to put in, just eyeballing it. So out in the field, we know we're not going to be out there with a teaspoon measuring this stuff, but it's just nice to know essentially or initially, what's going to be required. And then lastly, we've got, this is just chocolate chip cookie mix, and you can substitute your favorite brand. This happens to be Betty Crocker, which is delicious. You can utilize brownie mix, you can utilize cake mix, or whatever you like. And this is primarily just for more carbs and something to add, something to this to make it kind of delicious. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit more here about the nutritional breakdown of this stuff and show you what that consists of. Okay, I talked a little bit about the nutritional value of that, and basically how it's portioned out here. 620 calories with 83 grams carbohydrate, 26 grams of fat, and 22 grams of protein, which is a pretty decent balance. And like I said, you could have this directly right out of your sleeping bag. Once you get hiking, you can eat it on the run, or stop and have this as a second breakfast. Obviously, you could boost this by another 100 calories, bringing it up to 700 by just adding an additional package of oatmeal. So that's a pretty good dose of calories. And we've been training with this in the mornings and having this. It's something I feel like I can continue to have. But this is based on 1 packet for the Carnation Instant Breakfast, 1 packet for the oatmeal, a 1/4 cup of walnuts, 1/4 cup of the powdered milk, and then basically this is 3 teaspoons of the chocolate chip cookie mix. So there it is, down and dirty, pretty easy. Yeah, give it a try if it's something you think you might like. Okay, here's all the mix, the walnuts at the bottom and all that stuff. I'm not going to go ahead and hydrate or rehydrate that until the morning, but I just wanted to show you, and it's sitting next to a dirty Talenti jar, but it's quite a bit bigger. This is a Skippy peanut butter jar, and I'm thinking I'm going to dig the Skippy peanut butter jar because it's actually 0.1 lighter. This happens to be 1.9 ounces on my scale, and the Skippy peanut butter jar is 1.8. And the Talenti jar works fine in most cases, but what I've kind of found, we've cold soaked some dinners, and I can tell you this right now, I'm going to eat a whole box of couscous. And when I put a whole box of couscous in this, it basically fills the entire thing up, and I don't have room to add anything additional to it, like walnuts or tuna or whatever else I'm going to add to that, cheese or, you know, anything. So I think I'm going to like the additional volume of this. It's might be a little bit thinner, but it really doesn't feel like it. They're about the same strength. This one's probably a little bit thinner. That's probably why it's a little bit lighter, but you can see that it's quite a bit larger, and it's the same as far as diameter around. So yeah, more volume, more better.
Hey guys, that about wraps up another video. But I did want to tell you that you know, if you're liking the content you're seeing here, you can head over to Facebook, over on Twitter, go hit me up on my Patreon page. Don't do that. I ain't got none of that. But if you are interested, you know, seeing more of kind of what I'm doing and you know, keeping track of my daily affairs, I'm sure you're not that interested. But if you are, I'll put a link in the comment section to my Instagram page, JWCC1 at Instagram. It ain't that impressive, but some people might want to know. So thought I'd let you know. Bye now. Pretty simple. Is this thing on?